2 new combos that are very difficult combos for him that he couldn't do with the bike without brakes. I saw him earlier in practice. He seemed super comfortable on it. It doesn't seem to faze him at all. In fact, this has happened to him before where he's borrowed a bike and won a contest. The fact that he made it to the finals on a borrowed bike, we're about to see what he can really do with his bike. Dominik Nekolny, here we go. We may be watching the winning run right now.
Yeah, coming out of the qualifications in 5th place, or out of the semifinals in 5th place with a borrowed bike. Let's see what happens here with 2 brakes. Any rider knows that being on someone else's bike is one of the most difficult and awkward positions you can actually be in. You're just a little bit different on the brake lever, on the handlebar angle, or just having a tiny bit different stance. You can see how high of a seat he has and how low of a seat tube he has. So just these tiny, tiny differences will make such an improvement to him.
You're totally right. The thing about Dominik, man, is he's a precise machine. He's disciplined in his personal life. He's disciplined on the bike. And you watch the way he rides, and it's like, and I don't mean that in a negative way, you know, like robotic, but he is just incredibly consistent, incredibly smooth. And these moves that he does are so technical and so difficult. Any one of these combos really got him into the qualifying because they're so difficult.
These switches were incredible right there.
Boom.
They're going back onto the pedal nose manual.
Those are some of his moves that he uses the brakes for. Really just kind of a tap. I mean, he's not dependent on him at all,
because
obviously.
he's not scrubbing speed. I mean, if you'd be fully using a brake, you'd be pogoing around, but he's just maybe using it for a balance point, and he still keeps momentum and rotation going.
See, this trick, one of those tricks right there, there's tricks like that that have opened up now for him because he has his bike back. And you know, every other guy in this final is watching to see what he does, because this is the run probably to beat if he keeps riding like this. I can't remember if he's touched yet, but he's having a great run. Watch all this cross-footed stuff that he does. He's still got one trick that I don't think he's pulled out yet. It's backwards facing hitchhiker, signature Dominik trick, and I just can't even tell you how difficult some of this stuff is. Let's see if he sets up for, kind of lost his speed there when the back wheel hit. See if he sets up for that again.
So something you had noted in a previous contest actually is he's only running a front brake, but he has 2 levers there. So that means he's able to access that front brake utilizing either side of the handlebar. And you can notice when you're switching around so much around the entire front end of the bike,
there it
your
is.
hand, there we go, so the backwards.
Oh man,
just dropping it.
All it takes is one of those handlebars just to scrape the floor, and the game's over. But you know, I think